Okay, this is a little bit unusual, and welcome back to episode number 5, aka the sixth episode of Bangkit 2021 podcast. And once again, this week we are trying something that's different. Instead of opening up the poll, opening up the table for everyone to join and come in, we have an exclusive series instead. So we have a series about finance, and the grand design and the grand theme is finance in the glance or in the eye of science. So we'll invite people that really interest in finance, in like the future of their finance stability, but they like never touched the social science before, because as we know, economics and stuff like that. Yeah, we know it has a lot of mathematics and counting inside, but like the sentiment and what is actually happening in the market is currently in the social media. But it is also important that we as a person, as a human being, know about finance, because it is also like advancing ourselves in the humanity. And for that, I have a special person that I met in Bangkit. He's from Bali, also just like me. And what interests me the most, he like has, I think, a persona that really attach into three words, which is education, technology, and finance. That's cool. If like if you're so young and already have these three personas and like learning these trees in the fullest, that will be so beautiful to like to grow and to seek the for a better future. And that interests me the most. And what encouraged me to especially invite him to this kind of special series is because we had this conversation in McDonald's, which is super deep, like they're deep fry, I would say. We talk about education, talk about finance, we talk about both of them, we talk about the financial education, the financial strength, and also in the technology that supports those two. Because once again, yeah, technology is by definition is something that used to help us as humans to make a better life. So here we have, I will say his complete name, which is a little bit long. So his complete name is Igusti Putu Ranantha Mas Pratama, but I will call him Rana. I call him Rana, and his neighbor um, is pretty, and also call him Rana. Yeah, one day I went to Rana's house and I stopped in someone's gate and texting him, and a girl came out and she's pretty, and you should know that your neighbor is pretty. So how are you today?
Hi, hello Kak. So actually, you guys can call me Rananta actually because Rana is some kind of uh, my name in the junior high school something,
Okay,
and I don't really kind of
like about it.
comfort with that.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that then. I'm so sorry about that then.
It's okay, Kak. Okay, how are you, Kak Ida?
I'm Georges. I'm full of spirit today. We talk about finance, and I'm super happy because my investment went to the moon this morning.
Oh,
It went to
you
the moon. Beautiful.
you invest in the cryptocurrency if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Yes, I invest in cryptocurrency. I bought the currency. I bought the coin when it was around 800, like 800 rupees, 850
Hmm?
rupees, less than 1,000. And now
Hmm?
a coin price was around, this morning I checked, around 4,000, 4,200 rupiah. Oh my God, that went to the moon. To the
May
moon, brother.
May I know
Beautiful.
which coin it is, Kak?
It's
May I know
Dogecoin.
which coin?
It's Dogecoin. The Shiba Inu. Yeah, so they created these
Uh,
coins for joke, actually.
uh,
They created cryptocurrency for joke. And they start to like make this joke a little bit more serious, and they start to uh, do it take it seriously in finance, and their price is just keep rising up, rising up, rising up all the time. Especially after Elon Musk pumped it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
Yes, Elon
Uh,
Musk
but
pumped that coin.
but but you for me for myself I don't really interested with cryptocurrency actually because I don't have enough competencies. The don't I don't have enough time to learn it by this because as we know we have some busy in this in our
Yeah,
program.
this Bangkit program is busy if you want to know. Yeah. So well, to be fair, I went to cryptocurrency. Like I know
Mhm,
about cryptocurrency and start investing there like before Bangkit. So I think yeah, I started before Bangkit. So yeah. I think like I have yeah some spare of time to at least manage my asset, like all of my
mhm,
money in a good way so I can keep them for a long time.
mhm,
So
mhm.
now I don't have to worry about it anymore. That's it.
Uh, maybe Kak, maybe if I can know you more, do you have diversification in your portfolio, like you invest in cryptocurrency or in stock, maybe, or in reksadana or something?
Uh, well, be honest. I know about yeah many like some of the investments like you say the stock market. I used to invest in gold. I used to have like
Mhm.
golds,
Wow.
and then I found out gold is very good for long term, so I just keep it for like my like long term saving. But I found that but like during that period, I'm saving my money and then try to learn about crypto in the same time, cryptocurrency, and then when I feel myself that I'm ready, I sell all of my gold in a good price and then redirect them to cryptocurrency. But trust me, it takes a lot of brain power. I think a lot like how to move them properly, how to move them safely. Yeah. So how about
Mhm.
you? What kind of investment that you in your portfolio? Is that only on stock or also like me, gold, silver?
Ah, okay. So, uh, I really interested in investment when I was in the first grade at university life. So in that time, I just get my monthly cash from my parents. Uh, and then at that time, I remember that uh, I'm very interested with Bang Raditya Dika, if you know him.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
He's
uh,
also like a pioneer, a popular person that pioneers investment in Indonesia, right?
yeah, I agree with you. Nah, from Bang Raditya Dika, I learned a lot of investment, and in that time, actually, at our first grade we have so many break time or free time ya kan? So
Yes.
I get much time to learn about investing. Nah, and then I learn because I don't have any competencies enough uh, to make to invest in something like advanced or more advanced. So I start with the reksadana
Oh
in
yeah, that's super
within
safe.
yeah because in that time Bang Radit said that the reksadana is the most safety for the beginner. So I start with reksadana and then uh, I allocate mm, my I allocate my fee from my parents around 500,000 a month to the bibit, and then I try to like a nabung routine or something like that.
Okay, so you have like we can say this as like saving. So you treat your that account as saving outside of the
Yeah,
regular bank saving.
Yeah,
Really cool.
uh, because we know that if we just put in the bank, it will reduce by the inflation.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then the funny things is when we go when we back when we got this pandemic in March, I already learned I already learned some basic of stock and something, and then I try to uh, learn more about stock, and then uh, withdraw everything, withdraw all of my account in Reksadana, and then make RDN in Ajay.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. So the story is a little bit similar, just like me. So you have uh the first investment that you had was a super safe investment with, yeah,
Yeah,
we have an interest rate. Kita punya bunga, but the interest rate was not quite big. So as long as we're learning and prepare ourselves to something that more like volatile, and
mhm,
then yeah, and then after we're ready, we have prepared ourselves. We move all of the money. We draw all of the money from the
yeah,
safe place to a more dangerous place.
because it can make us gain more return, ya,
Exactly.
Kak.
Yep.
But it's disclaimer on, guys. If you want to put your investment into more volatile investment, you have to learn more about that investment, ya, Kak. Like if you want to go to cryptocurrency, you have to learn it more deep and something.
Yes. Also, just like
Because,
it is always a good start to begin. It's always a good start to begin from somewhere safe, like the mutual funds. Mutual fund is Reksadana, and then we have like even a regular saving is also an investment in a tiny interest rate, in a small
mm,
interest rate. That also a like it has an interest rate like probably around 1% per year. Yes, too small to enjoy, but
and it will reduce by the inflation actually, the 4%
exactly.
inflation, the 5%
Yeah,
inflation.
you cannot feel the bank interest if you just simply
Yeah.
save them. So yeah, but once again, it's super safe. It's like we can have like the correlation between. So the safer your saving is, like
Mhm.
the less interest it will have.
Mm. Yeah, I agree with you, Kak, because yeah, if we want to gain more, we have to learn more. We have to take risk more. Yeah. Something like that.
Exactly. We have what they call as risk management in finance. Is that correct?
Mm. I will learn that in my 7 or 8 semester next year.
Oh
No, no,
yes.
no, not that. Yeah, I think this August or next January, I will learn about this.
Yeah, in a not like distant future, I would say.
Mm. Because I learned in actuarial science President University, guys, so I have to learn with risk management and something.
Yes, I just want to ask that. What did you learn? Okay, so he is a student in actuarial science in President University.
Okay.
So it is, how can I say? But to be fair, actuarial science is part of the natural science. Itu bagian IPA. So I'm not cheating here. I'm not cheating. I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah.
not cheating. This
Uh,
person has a bright future about investment. Like
no, no, no.
uh, we
Thank
talk
you.
about yes, we talk about the rich mindset and like how can I say, yeah, the rich mindset and poor mindset, and once again like richness or wealthness, it comes from here, it comes from the mind, and like we start to have a had some thought experiment in that McDowell conversation also, that how like rich people, like wealthy people, when they broke, they really know how to go back to the top of their wellness. They
Yeah,
know how to go
I
back
agree.
to their rich state.
I agree.
Yeah, because like once again, wellness is what's inside of your head. So
Because they also have their skill to come back to the top. I think.
yes, so like they have their skill to go back to the top, which is super useful, and that's what you really want to have in
Mm-mm,
finance. It's not about how much money do you have or how huge asset or the portfolio, but
mm,
how you manage your mind. I think because
mm,
finance, yeah, even though we know that we have robots, we have artificial intelligence, and even machine learning that currently learns and do a little some of part of the finance and also counting about the automations and the digitalization of bank and everything. But once again, in the end of the day, the party that trades are human. So if you really know about the market psychology, that will be super awesome.
uh, Beside that, I really think that I agree with you that the matters is not about the how big is the money, uh, and something like that. The our goals, Bang Radit said that our goals to invest have to be memenuhi tujuan keuangan.
Okay.
Uh,
So fulfill
at
the finance goal, the financial goal. Fulfill that.
yeah, at every stage in our life, I think we have different goals in our finance. Like us, if we are the student in university, we just have to something like makan-makan kecil or rewarding ourselves in a little bit, but
Yeah, just having a
and then
feast a
save
little bit.
um, and then save to our future, save to our pension fund, or if if we in the next 10 years we have to think our family, maybe something like that. Yeah, it's to fulfill our financial goals.
Fulfill the financial goals and also mentioning that the future, like how like can we maintain like to prepare about the future because as we know we have inflation and we have like the market is have its own like rate of up and downs and instability and volatile markets is available. So yeah, sometimes market is just a little bit a scary place to have, but actually we are living beside of that scary place every single day. So I think we just need to get used to it. And once
Mhm.
again, if you
I
really want to get rich, you must know how to be rich because once again, it's not about the huge amount of money, and we have the actual case. I think you are the one who really knows what this case. Uh, around so there's a village
uh
like and they are like most of them are farmers they farm in rice field and I think it was I don't know when it was the government uh, energy agency or ministry or the state energy company we have Pertamina here in Indonesia that discovered that is that discover that actually uh, that the area that they are currently farming has
uh
an energy potential like I don't know like
Yeah, the potential.
natural gas energy or heat source I think you are the one knows that very well.
uh, oh, if I'm not mistaken, that was in Tegal. Correct me if I'm wrong. In Tegal is Java. I saw in the news, uh, PT Pertamina want to buy their land, their land to, yeah, just like you said, to they find some kind of natural resource and something, so they want to buy it with the big amount of money. But with big amount of money, if I'm not mistaken, it's around 80 billion, 18
Mm-hmm.
around 80 billion in average. But sadly, I moved to the next news, and then I saw that they they spend their money to like to buy three cars and
Free
then
cost.
some kind
Okay.
of decreasing stuff,
Hmm.
decreasing stuff, kak. Yeah, there's something that the value will be decreased, like uh, car and something like that. But they didn't think where they will put the car because I saw in the news they didn't have the garage for that, so they parked the car in the
But they
side of
bought
the
three
road.
of them, three cars. And yeah, also I
Three
saw the
cars,
news a
three
little bit,
cars.
and those cars are huge. It's not like small car, small city car, or a hatchback. No, it's SUV. We have
Yeah,
three SUVs, and we have a luxury, like like all-purpose MPV or multi-purpose vehicle, and there are luxuries and SUVs, some big cars, probably as one class as Land Rover or the the huge Fortuna. Is that correct?
yeah. The kind of some kind of like that car that you already say, and I saw in the recent news, I saw that some farmers there, uh, that amount of money it's still 500, if I'm not mistaken, is 50 or until 500 juta, or
Million.
50 or 500 million. So it's kind of if I so when I hear that news, uh, I'm very sad actually because I'm a finance person. I'm from finance manager. I think I have the responsibility to disclose that gap. We know that there is a gap, Kak, between the someone that know the finance basic and someone that didn't know about finance basic. Someone that know finance basic, I think they know where to spend that 80 billion,
Yeah,
not just in bank. Maybe they can just in they can put in bank, but they can also in stock and something that make a return to them. But this but their mindset, I think didn't like it still do not have a goals for
like,
that 18 billion. I think
yeah. So
they
yeah,
like
they don't have
uang
a
kaget.
financial goal that you already mentioned.
I think they also like that kind of uang kaget, kak. So
Oh
they
yes,
didn't have like education before, and then
and even
they
preparation, I
confuse,
guess.
and then they confuse about how to spend their money.
Yes. And what makes me also sad is they confuse about how they are going to spend their money instead of
Mhm.
how they're going to manage their money. Well, that's 18 billion rupiah. That's a lot.
That's a very lot of money. If we think, if we as an investor, kak,
Oh,
maybe the basic one is that 80 billion can be put in the deposito, maybe with
yes. You can put them
for
in a
until
deposit account. That's correct.
and then for until 5% return, and then we'll give them like how 5% of 80 billion is
Wait, let me just
for
count it with my calculator.
4 billion, 4 billion, 4 billion, 4 billion per
Yeah.
year in return.
Yes,
4
it's a
billion,
4 billion in
yeah,
return. Well, that's a
uh,
lot. A huge
that's a
money.
lot of money
But
just in deposit too.
yeah, just in a deposit account. By the way, I'm thinking about this. Uh, you say that 80 billion, right? 80 billion. Is that the total amount that Pertamina gave to the village or for each individual? or each
If
family?
I'm not mistaken, I think if I'm not mistaken, it is like an average rata-rata from that village.
Okay, so
But
an
the amount
average.
is the amount is variative actually.
A very good amount. Yeah, okay.
Mm. There is the average amount of money. I think if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so in average, a person will get 80 billion. Like one person or per family will get 80 billion.
I think yeah around that. But yeah exactly Kak. If 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 it's not 80 billion, I think around for I I forget actually because it's already in the long time. I think 50 until 80 billion. Yeah, something like that.
Hmm. Yeah, so around that, let's say
Around
it's
that amount.
around that. So the number is not kind of stick like stiff number. And
So as an investor, I think we kind of sad to hear the things.
it's a little bit sad story for us because oh my god, there's a lot of money and we can like make that money work for us for our entire life. And
Yeah, I
they
agree.
choose to spend that instantly for cars and then for I don't know for houses maybe I don't know, but at least they bought something. I mean we call that as an asset, or probably in Indonesian finance we call it as a moving asset. So yeah, a car is a moving asset, or uh, for example, a house, like a house is an immobile asset. Yeah, so at least they both they're really good asset, even though they're just cars.
Mhm.
Yeah, on the bright side.
But
But oh yeah, once again on the bad side, I like, oh my god, it's a little bit irritating to see them spend that total amount of money in a reckless way.
yeah,
So okay, we have a problem
I think
here.
that yeah I
And
think there
then
is our responsibility also as the millennials, as the Z generation, to make the gap, to fulfill the gap, to educate them, something like that.
yeah, it's also our possibility responsibility as the one we are younger. So like if there's huge amount of money went somewhere and
Mhm.
the economy is a little bit unstable, well we are the one who's going to like have
To take the
feel the
benefit
impact.
ya, Kak.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is so we're the one who's going to feel the impact. And then number
mhm.
two,
I agree with.
in the positive way, if we can educate them in a proper way,
Mhm.
well we can, that's a huge amount of money from the government just spilled it out to like the global asset, like the civilian asset. So we can, I mean, like we can have like we can have them for good. We can like stay with that huge amount of money. We can stabilize something that actually is not stable right now in the market, especially because of
Mhm.
lack of funding. For example, like having a better course for the farmers, having better like milk quality, egg quality. We can build a better farm. We can build like a better ranch. We can build anything. And back
I agree
then,
with you.
they were farmers, so they really know how to do that. They really know how to do that. And I also heard that they bought like land, so they are going to be a landlord.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
Once again, on the bright side, they both asset, but in our opinion, the bad side was they were not always the good asset to have.
Yeah, because there are some opportunities to get more return ya Kak.
Yeah.
Beside the just for the land, I think.
So I think also they will
Sorry
have
to hear.
those land. They're going to be a landlord, like once again for their future, so they can build house, so they can build farms. Once again, they're like farmers. They really know how to do that, and like probably they can own their own rice field. And yes, because usually that I met like rice field workers that I met, well, actually not having the land of field, like we don't have they don't have the field, they don't have the rice field, so they only work there as labor. So
Huh?
with this huge amount of money, well, they can buy them and they can
Yeah,
maintain them, okay, manage them, and they
uh,
really know how to do that. Because yeah,
yeah, I agree.
as we know right now, like some of the rice fields are owned by, like, for example, an entrepreneur, owned by like somebody like up above them that probably never has been to a rice field before. So it's a little bit, how can I say, a little bit
Uh,
strange that, yeah, okay, you
Weird.
have rice field, but you don't know how to manage them, and you
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
but you need to manage people that going to manage them. So what you're going to say, okay, just take care of this rice field. I don't want to know the process or like the tricks that you are using, but I want the profit out of this. As simple as that. And if we can cut that, I mean, like the the rice field workers, the people that actually working there, also actually having the field. Well, that's
Hmm?
going to be really good for our like a
Our
food
farmer or
security
something.
also.
I agree
But
with you.
yeah,
Totally
the
agree.
rolling back is like kind of far, maybe 10 years from now, if that is going to happen, or yeah, even five. Yeah, because yeah, we did adaptation also. Okay,
Yeah.
from that kind of case, uh, what we can improve from that, what we can learn from that, or if you can turn back the time, what we could do to save that. I mean, in in a in a huge global market or in the small scope market in their economy. So what you can, I think what you could do to save that.
Hmm. I always remember when Bang Panji Pragiwaksono said that uh, berkarya atau hidup dari karya adalah dua hal yang berbeda. It's two different things.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So,
I got the point. So
ah, when you like berkarya anything, you have the skill set to do it. But when you want to live from it, when you want to live from your uh, karya or something, you have to uh, think how to monetize it, like how to make the market, how to like make the relation to the buyer or something like that. What we can improve is, yeah, I think it's the fundamental. The fundamental is education, sih, kan? Like,
so
in
yeah,
every
back
aspect
again.
of education.
So we're going back to the root cause, which is education.
Mm. Because yeah, with education, I think we can solve many problems. My my sorry, PPKN, my PPKN
Civics,
teachers,
civic teachers,
my
civic Papakani civics,
my my civic
civics. Yeah.
teachers said that uh, the 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 big country is become from the good quality of human resource. So the good human resources came from the good system of education. I think that by education we can uh, make everything, make solve much problem. Like we can educate in, we can educate them in every aspect, like financial education, how, and then if the financial education is already clear, we can educate them how to make the money from what they love. If they love, if they love to uh, like have a land and then make make their
works
rice.
yeah, in a rice field in this case.
uh, yeah, in the rice field. In this case, if they love that job, they have to learn how to make money from them. And then if they already make the money, they have to learn how to save that money and then make that money return back to them. And in the long term, they just can like make a money while they're sleeping.
Yeah, so mm, yeah, that's a really promising and good term of every financial model or every investment model. Make the money work for you, and make
While we
money
are
while
sleeping.
you sleep. Oh my god! But well, that's the fact. I made money. I made money when I was sleeping. So well, I told you like in the beginning of this podcast. Well, I'm so happy today because my investment went to the moon. So I got like so many profit this morning. I got so many
So you
profit
are
this
in a
morning.
good mood, ya kak?
In a really good mood, I would say. Because it really went to the top and I just even though it went down, even though it went down like probably last night it went down, I still can make out of profit probably like 300% of profit or 200% of profit.
Wow, it's a
But
big
once again,
percentage of
the risk is crazy.
the rates is crazy.
The
But
risk is crazy.
for me, for cryptocurrency, I already went to the cryptocurrency. I just put the uang siap hilang there
Oh yeah,
around,
like
yeah,
oh,
around
we have money that nothing
eight,
to lose now.
like it I forgot about 600, I think 600,000, 600,000.
Really? So you will like you put some amount of money into cryptocurrency, and your reason is not investing, just trying out. And then
Just
how
trying
many
out,
did you put in?
just figuring
How many did you put in? 600,000.
six
That's
hundred
way.
thousand, yeah.
Well, my first like cryptocurrency account and the first like top up that I filled it was probably like 50,000 or 100,000. Please, that's a lot already for me. For me,
Oh, it's a lot,
because
yeah.
yeah, because I think yeah, some of the huge investors over there when they're going to crypto, they can start with 10 million rupees. That's crazy
Hmm.
amount.
Uh, because yeah, it's my free money or money that I will not spend for this
Mhm.
short term. So I have I want to try the cryptocurrency and learn it more by doing.
Okay,
You know.
that's really good. And
If
what currency that you bought?
my coin is just two by now. It's just BTC and I forget BNB.
That's a good choice, I would say. That's a good choice. And you bought it. When did you
Wow,
bought it? When did you bought it?
it's 1 week ago. But at this time of recording, uh, it went down like
Yes.
2 or 3%, but it's totally fine for me
Okay, yeah,
because I I just want to learn.
yeah, no problem. Once again, also, you put your money in the right time. Really, 1 week ago is a really good time to put your like your money in BNB and also to BTC. I'm not the expert of this, but I can see a little bit of the graph that yeah, 1 week ago was a really good time to do that. And we call this like we have a window, like we have a short window to buy some cryptos because after that window closes, like the crypto will go up or even to the sky and to the moon. So you bought it in the right time. Well, in the crypto community, that some of us say like, oh yeah, BNB is going to like going down right now, and they're going to we call that as burn. We're going to burn it out a little bit, so they will go, like fall down and fall. They will fall down, fall down, and fall down. But uh,
Uh,
from this falls, we are super positive that we can fly up after
uh,
this.
yeah, 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 yeah. I agree with you.
So the
Yeah,
like up and downs in cryptocurrency is crazy. As I told you.
honestly, I still learn about the technical things, about the how to read
The
the fundamentals of
fundamentals,
the Bitcoin, how
the
to
fundamentals of that.
take the chart of the technical style and the something like that. I still
Okay.
learn it. So
Yeah.
maybe I want to learn more about with you, Kak Iga.
For me, well, I think you should learn to Bang Abbas. He's like the veteran of between us in Bangkit about cryptocurrency. He's the veteran.
Ah,
He's, I think, one of the, like, how can I say, person that really passionate in cryptocurrency, and also having one uh portfolio inside that he have this portfolio and pretty much taking care of that. Uh, so that is why I also invite him to the podcast in the last episode, and we talk a lot about cryptocurrency. Okay, well that's a good thing to do. Welcome to crypto world, and you'll feel the roller coaster of that 600,000 even when
yeah.
twice in probably 2 weeks. But I don't know. Just let's see. Just like wait and see.
Uh,
Okay.
so Kak, if I'm not mistaken, so you are not having uh stock like this time?
Currently I don't have stock. My dad, like played with stock market
Oh
like
yeah,
during the pandemic, to fill his like to fill his spare time when he's not working. But he's still working though. And I learned a lot about that, and I put the same principle in cryptocurrency. And he's still my mentor about finance. My dad is my mentor in finance, so I'm really
yeah,
grateful to have that such great dad by teaching
yeah.
his
I
son
agree.
to do finance.
I agree, Kak, because my parents also. I'm very grateful that I have parents that I have a parents that open-minded with the finance things
Mhm.
because I already have a talk with my friends in Bali or in Presiden University. Uh, some of them is rejected to invest by their parents
Mhm.
because some reason because
For some
they
reason,
didn't trust the invest.
and yeah, they also probably scared about finance. Once again, back
Yeah,
when what we said in the like what we said earlier, then the higher that you want to gain, the higher the risk also. So I
yeah,
think they're good with their like income person like monthly income right now. They're really good at it, and they think they can like have a good saving also or making a good thing feel like they're feel like in their in the old days in their retirement days. I think they yeah financially strong from their routine income. So in their how can I say in their opinion or in their mind, it is okay to not have any investment because like their saving is strong enough. I think that's totally fine,
yeah. That's
and it
totally
has
fine.
zero
I
risk.
agree with you. Yeah,
It
it
has
has zero
zero
risk.
risk. While
Yeah,
when we are having a conversation like this, my stock, your stock, or my crypto can like like went down, like fell from the sky, or even the
uh,
opposite, went
yeah,
to the moon. So it's a little bit, yeah. We know that the money will work for us and we'll make money while we are asleep. But once again, also
but
like
the risk.
the risk is pretty high, and our money can gone in a matter of minutes.
I agree. I agree.
So yeah, we need
Yeah,
to catch up on that.
it's the important part of learning. Learn deep, learn more what you invest. If you invest in stock, you have to learn how to read the how to analyze the fundamental or analyze the technical part, how to read the what can I say laporan keuangan
The like the annual report, the
annual
Q1,
report.
Q2 reports, Q3, Q4.
Mhm.
You have quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. Like in finance, you have that, right?
Mhm.
You have the
Uh, and
quarters.
then uh, and then the technical part something.
Yeah, you. I think what you are going to say is you need to learn about the fundamentals of that. Yes, I
Ya
think
kak,
that. Yeah, no problem.
And then in the crypto also, you have to learn more about that. If you want to invest there, you have to learn more, and then minimize the risk that you
Mhm.
will get. Yeah, I think like
Yeah,
that.
mitigate and manage the risk is also important. So if you,
Mhm.
once again, if you want to make your like money work for you and you make money while you sleep, you need to think twice, like to think twice harder in the morning. Yeah, you need to think twice harder in the morning. So,
I agree. I agree.
what I'm really curious about, you've been interested with finance since the early stage of university, like the first or the
Mhm.
second semester, the first year. So you've been this about like probably 2 years, I guess. And
Yeah.
um, what kind of investment do you have? So, okay, you have crypto, you have two coins right now. You have Binance, you have a Bitcoin, you have the Binance and Bitcoin, and then you have stock in the stock market. You own a stock in the stock market. And what else do you have? You probably have like gold or silver, just like what I did.
Mm, I think for now it's just that because I I have forex also. I have a forex,
Forex.
uh, but but there is still like by robot by auto trade something like that. So I'm not counted like my investment like I want to analyze by myself. I want to try to trade by myself.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, yeah. So by now I just have my stock and then my crypto because my Reksadana is already 0 rupee.
Okay, your mutual fund. Your mutual funds is zero because you transfer them already to stock and some of them
Yeah, just
to cryptocurrency. Yeah, yeah, keep that level. So because yeah, cryptocurrency you can how can I say you have a really good flexibility. You can trade daily, even per hour you can trade, or per 15 minutes. For Bitcoin it's for 15 minutes, and even for some coin it's per 1 minute. The circulation already changed
wow.
for 1 minute. I'm not joking. And you also in cryptocurrency can have a long-term saving, just like what I'm doing right now. I have a long-term saving. And well, about the
Nah,
long-term profit, well, that's huge.
uh, mm, if I can ask for you, Kak, how's your investment like routinity like when you analyze it and how you determine how when to buy it, something like that.
Okay. So like when I buy or when I sell, like how I analyze the market? Well, actually, it's super easy. My mindset, um, I'm a student, so all I need to do is study. Actually, all I need to do is study. So finance, like having assets like stocks and everywhere, is just kind of an entertainment for me. So when I like just get bored with codes probably or with reading some stuff, I'll just open up my platform and see the chart. So that's the time when I'm see the chart, and then I like see the chart and then try to guess or make an analysis of myself. Or oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep that away, and that's a good. And when I check, for example, when I checked it out, and oh my god, it went red, so red, and it's like very very low. Just nah, I'm just going to keep it and forget it. So my style is a long term investment, but I'm going to
Yeah, yeah,
I'm still learning about trading. Yeah, even like probably in 1 month, in a month, I have probably 1 day per month to fully trade in that day. So my full trade day was yesterday actually for this month. And for January or for February, I guess it's like in the middle of the month before Bangkit. So I'm just kind of like preparing all of my assets to a long-term mode. So just kind of like that. So I think once again, you really need to have what do you want to take? Like you want to take it long-term or short-term? And it has a different assignment and
different style lah.
different style, different settings, and your settings probably a little bit different from mine, even though, for example, we have the long-term goal, for example. it really depends on yeah how smart you are and like how smart you can manage that how creative also you can manage it. And about speaking of investment and finance, once again, thanks to my dad, if I a little bit, if I kind of confused with a chart or with the market sentiment, with the fundamental, in any kind of that, gold, stock, cryptocurrency, I will just simply ask my dad, like, Dad, how, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think about this chart? So, sometimes I just give him the candle chart and see record, and then the buy, sell, order like rate, like how big is that? Just that's it. So my goal is kind of a long term, not a trade.
So, how long have you been in this cryptocurrency?
Been this like from the end of January now,
The
and
end of January.
I'm roughly making yeah good in a good amount of money to like treat myself, buy some good food, and bought my dad a birthday gift. Like 2 days ago was his birthday. Yeah, I bought like gift and a little bit supporting the economy, a little bit go with the families, but not all of them. So like it just like my money, not like I'm working and then I just try to collect the money together with my parents. Not that, not my main occupation.
Hmm. It's very nice to hear that we actually have the same goals, the same style of the same style of investment because I also the some kind of like long term investor.
Mhm.
In my stock, I have I just put my money in the long term asset like BCA, BRI.
Bank. Do you put in banks? Okay.
I put my stock in the in the finance in the bank.
So
In
you buy like bank stocks like BCA
yeah
and then BNI
like BRI,
Vietnam, Mandiri, that kind of stuff.
Telkom.
Oh yeah, you bought Telkom. Well, I'm studying in Telkom, so you are my employer actually. So I'm working for you actually. It's quite funny.
Okay.
It's quite funny, buddy. And that's really good. And I
Yeah,
really
because with the long term, I think we don't have to we don't have to see our securitas so
mhm.
much, and then that time we can put into something that more valuable like earning Coursera by
Yes,
now.
learning the Coursera. Like, yes, once again, we are students, so we need to study
Hmm.
a lot. Not only about like the subjects that we're studying, but also once again like finance. Like we need to learn how
the
to
the other hard
have a
skill.
proper living, actually.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We have to learn the other hard skill or soft skill that we need to face our real life later. Uh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Yes. We really need to. Okay. So that is actually answering the question that I want to say before, but I have like several questions left to ask you. Um, you trust in banks, and then you start to put your little trust in cryptocurrency. So, the real question is, why do you invest like in those banks, and why do you invest like try to invest in cryptocurrency? And once again, why like you set them in that way so you can have a long term like isn't that trading is more fun?
Okay. Why am I do my invest in the long term? Because uh, my first meet to the stock is by Bang Raditya Dika.
Mhm.
Bang Radit is also the stock investor, and then his style is also the long term investor. Yeah, as simple as if if our mindset is the long term, I think we don't have to see our Securitas so much, and then we can take that time to more valuable things. Uh, and then why I trust to banking and telcom? Yeah, because banking and telekomunikasi uh,
Mm-hmm. Like
become the
communication,
core,
yeah.
become the core of this country. Maybe
Oh, the core. Well, that's
I think
bold, but
I think I think it's also like the banking and the telecommunication. It's also have been trusted by the Indonesian people since the long time ago.
yes, like
So yeah, so I trust my asset in there.
you really trust your ass in there. It seems like um. Okay, wait. I need to pause a little bit, and thank you so much for your attention today, and we'll have a break. See you in the second section of the podcast. Okay, welcome back to the podcast, and here, why I took some break because we are going to have some heavy questions for him, and also for me because I made only questions, not answer. So also sometimes I need to answer this to myself. Okay, with somebody coming from STEM or from the science major, like you learn physics, chemistry, math, and so on.
Mhm.
And also the questions for me, I'm coming from STEM. Is that difficult to master finance?
Is it difficult to mastering the finance? Uh, if I'm not mistaken, the finance one fundamental of the finance is math. So
Hmm.
whenever we want to learn finance, we have to mastering the math first, the basic math, and then is it difficult to the science person to study finance? I think if for personally, I think it's not because uh, in this time we can learn from many things. Kak. I think we can learn from mentor, we can learn from our peers, we can learn from YouTube, podcast, everything. Uh, they, we also have to we also can learn from the academy or the course or the seminar or something. My point is there are really so many resources to learn.
Mhm.
uh, you just have to have to have the will to learn the finance, and I think it's not like it's not difficult to learn the basic of the finance, investing and something. But if you want to make the make deep insight for the finance, it took a little bit progress. It took a hard progress. I think.
Yeah, so it really depends what kind of finance that you really want to master. If you want to master the basic and try to start investment like us, I think all you need to have is just like the basic math and probably the basic economy, like in a
Yeah,
micro economy or a micro scale of economy, how the world
yeah,
works is a
I
little bit.
agree. Yeah.
Just a
So,
little bit is enough.
hmm. And then I think in recently there are so many applications that help us to invest. Like my Securitas is Ajaib. It's also have like a news in there,
Oh
uh,
yes.
like financial statement and something like that. So it's easier for us to learn if you have the will to learn it. I think.
Yes. Once again, like the resource is literally everywhere right now, and the
Yeah,
like
literally.
we have so many apps and that these apps will help us to start our first investment in a relatively safe way, let's say.
Yeah,
You can start
I agree
small,
with you.
like in the
Yeah,
cryptocurrency
you.
you can start even from 22,000. You can start from
Uh,
22,000.
hmm.
Well, that's
In Reksadana, you can start with 10,000.
wow, that's still that way cheaper than crypto. Well, yeah, once again. Like if you want to try to make the first step, well, you can try with that 10,000 because, well, yeah, once again, the risk is there, and the worst case, like you need to lose some of the money or even all of the money. Well, you only lost about 10,000.
Yeah,
But yeah, once again,
yeah,
money is money, so I try to think twice and deeper. Okay,
yeah.
about
Because
the
of that,
tax.
we have to learn. We have to learn much, ya, Kak, ya, if we want to mastering the. Or do you want to be like investing? Like if you want to down deep in the finance, you have to study hard or something like that. But if you want to start investing, I suggest that you just learn it, like just learn the basic, and then go go to the market and then like
Fight
with
yourself.
the and try yourself, and then yeah, with the small amount of money, ya, Kak, ya, like 10,000, 20,000, something like
Yeah, so we can start small and just, yeah, only like learn the basic. Yeah, like what we learned in the high school, and then just go straight to the market. You will know about that.
that.
Okay,
I agree.
talking about the ease of finance technology. I mean, like we have a lot of application that you already mentioned that help us uh, start in or even dive deeper in the finance and investment. So, how about financial technology in this country, in Indonesia? And is that enough? I mean, from many aspects, from like how many marketplace do we have, or how is the quality of that marketplace? Is that enough?
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good question because I think I'm not really expert to answering this question, but in my opinion, if I'm not mistaken, there are some uh, fintech that already become a unicorn in Indonesia. OVO, one of that, uh, and then there also a digital bank like Arto and something. Uh, but in the stock market, I think the fintech itself is not really much as the the other the other the other
Yes.
sectors. So
Okay.
uh, like the other sectors, it's not so many like the other sector. And then I think for now it's a good start for us in Indonesia because we already have OVO, we already have like digital bank, and then I hope in the future we can make a fintech globally to make
Oh,
a
amen.
better financial education maybe in Indonesia. And yeah, recently the funny things is I I learned a lot with the Ternak Uang. If you know it, Kak, you know the Ternak Uang apps.
Oh yeah, I know the product.
Yeah, yeah. One of the founders is my seniors in President University.
Really?
I
Cool.
learned a lot. I learned a lot from her. Her name is Felicia Putri Siasata, and then uh, her friends are like Timothy Ronald and then Raymond. They taught me a lot about the finance and stock in the stock in uh, the good way, and then I understand a lot from that apps, so it's really
Mm.
helpful to study
So
stuff.
yeah, I mean, like if the term of enough once again go back, there's no overall enough when we are okay. We fulfill the needs for example, the amount of apps or the quality of apps. One thing we are lacking of how many investors that currently using the app, or
Oh yeah, yeah.
for example, we have a lot of investors that are willing to invest in something, for example, like gold, silver, or any kind of commodity, but we don't have the like good app that bridge between the market and like the investor, probably like that. Like so, but enough. There is always an opportunity to learn, opportunity to grow,
Yeah,
opportunity to uh, be better. It's awesome.
and then if we see how the how increase the how's the increasing of the amount of investor in Indonesia from the last year. I think fintech have better future in Indonesia
Yeah,
because
because
the market the market is already broad
mhm,
for now,
yeah,
and then it will be the opportunity for the fintech itself.
yeah. So like we are making the pool bigger by like make an easy way for Indonesian early like
Hmm.
finance learner to jump straight into the market, which is I think that's
Yeah,
a good way to
so
learn.
we have to thanks ya kak maybe to discover things because so many beginner investor that learn how to invest and then something. And yeah, it's really good for us. It's really good for us. I think in the future.
Oh, amen. I'm also thinking about the same thing. Um, okay, so that's about the financial technology. So I think we agree in some point over there, and I've told you before. And now a little bit deeper in the technology perspective, we are we are currently learning machine learning in Bangkit. We learn about how computer works, how to be an IT support in a company, and yeah, having like a computer background for us a little bit or more. Um, is so the question is like you were studying science and mathematics in the high school, like didn't touch the economy as a whole, and now you're learning. Yeah, for you, you're learning actuarial science, which is like touch them a little bit the market. How about me? I didn't. I'm currently in the telecommunication engineering, and is having a science and computer background helps you in any way to master this science.
Sorry kak, it's a little bit
Okay,
laggy in my.
okay, I'll, I'll repeat that.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
is having a science background and computer background helps you in any way to master finance?
I think in mastering finance is not really impact for having science and computing background, but in my study, which is actual science, we can turn it back to why what is actual science. What actual science is a it's kind of like calculating the risk or amount of premium or something like that. I think if I join machine learning path in this Bangkit, I can
Mhm.
um, implement that like machine learning things to my financial risk. So yeah,
Mhm.
it doesn't really impact to studying finance because I think it's the different sector, but it helped me a lot in my actuarial science study. So
So
I'm
the
really
answer for
grateful.
you is kind of back and forth. So this one will support this one will also support the other one, or also support the other, and it will create a loop. It's really good.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
So
having
I actually I'm very grateful for this Bangkit because I have the opportunity to learn from the master itself, from Google, from Gojek, Tokopedia, Traveloka that uh,
from the people
already
that
have
actually doing the market.
hmm, people actually do about the machine learning things, and then I'm very grateful to become this amazing journey.
So yeah, so the answer is yes, it will help us to master finance, but not in a straight way. So it not straight,
Hmm.
okay, you'll know the market and then so on and so on and so on. But you will learn how this work, and you can kind of combine them to like profit out of yourself in the market. So yeah, that
Yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
kind of works for me. So once again, I'm in the like machine learning path as well as you, and yeah, just like you, I'm learning machine learning here, and I learned some like deeper in the data visualization. So it kind of uh, make me more confident about reading charts. So, in finance, we need to read a lot of charts, especially if you're making
Yeah,
investment. Yeah, it quite helps if you like know the mathematics about charts, how to represent charts, and not how to not to be fooled by a chart, for example, like that. It's quite fun
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
to
It's
like
like membiasakan diri to
yeah
membaca
just
chart, I think.
yeah getting used to it charts. Well, that's really good, I guess.
I agree with you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we once again we agree in some point also. Okay, so you've thought about your investment story or what kind of investment that you have, how long you've been interested in this kind of term, and why do you invest here? Like why do you invest in crypto and some stocks? And then a personal answer that is it difficult to master finance? And then how about uh, having a computer and science background for mastering finance, and also we even talk about the finance technology in Indonesia. Is that enough or not, or how does it compile to each other? Which is just very good, and I hope that really yeah, it will help someone else that listen to us or watch us for YouTube about like uh not to be scared about finance, and then having to start having to we like having a willingness to learn more in finance, which is
Hmm.
because I think
Which
we
is
need to learn
will
finance as a developing human being.
yeah, which is will be good in every aspect. I think in our family also we have to we have to uh, have an ability to manage our money in the family scope. I think it will be useful if all these people in Indonesia learn minimal the basic of personal finance because
so we
it will
can
be
so we can kind of
yeah
avoid the how can I say the avoid like the little bit of a hole that we really need to patch about the education. So we, if we like if we don't patch them properly, it will just kind of uh breach. But how can I say? Like more people will like fall into the poverty line, which is bad. Then we don't
yeah
want that thing to happen. Yeah. So to embrace the economy once again, the weapon is education, which you already mentioned before.
yeah
Well, that
I
reminds me
agree
also to if I were not mistaken, is Yosef Malalai quote, uh, you can kill a terrorist with a rifle, but you
uh-huh.
can kill terrorism with
With
education.
the education. Wow,
Yeah, that's quite bold.
totally
That's
agree
quite
with it.
bold. I really like that. And also this one, you can kill like the poor factor. You can make someone rich by giving them money, but you can end poverty by giving the education how to manage their finance, how to make a finance like a strong financial defensive in the scope of small family. So we have a lot like we have a ton of small families in Indonesia, and when we have that in each family, in each individual family, you can see like the market in the future. You can see like the long term. It will like kind of rise up people from the line of poverty, which is good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Once again, you can end poverty with once again a proper finance educations, and this quote will end today's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening or watching us through YouTube. Thank you so much also for Ranantha for yeah, I think giving us a lot of insights today. Especially, I got a lot of insights, even though it is not our first conversation, and I always get an insight from you, which I really like.
Thank you, Kak. Thank you also for inviting me to join this podcast to have a conversation with you. I also learned much actually about cryptocurrency. I learned a lot from you, Kak. You taught me some basic of crypto so that I want to dive into the market. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay.
And have a nice weekend, ya, Kak.
Oh yeah, have a nice weekend for you, and have a nice. Not for our listener because this podcast will be aired on Monday, so it's not the weekend anymore. So I think have a nice day
Have
is
a
a
good
proper
day.
word.
Just, yeah,
Have
have
a
a nice
good
day.
day is a proper word. Once again, thank you so much for
Okay.
listening and see you in the next one. Thank you so
See
much.
you.